Folkestone Auto Supply, located at 4439 2nd Street North in Folkestone, Georgia, is owned and operated by the Dasher family. They have everything you need, bumper to bumper, for domestic and foreign car parts. Big truck operators, they have you covered as well with belts, seals, hoses, welding supplies, and so much more. They even have lawnmower parts, blades, and accessories. Stop by today and see the whole crew. Miss Joe, Pam, Little Sammy, Stephen, Dylan, and Big Sammy himself. It's Folkestone Auto Supply.
Folkestone Pharmacy and Electronics, located at 3885 Main Street in the heart of downtown Folkestone. They're Folkestone's original hometown pharmacy with 49 years serving the community. They have everything you need, including household items, prescription medications, high-tech electronics, and much more. Their experienced and friendly staff in the pharmacy and electronics department are ready to serve you. Folkestone Pharmacy and Electronics is a proud sponsor of Charlton Sports. Go Indians!
Good evening and welcome back to the Coach Mac Show. I'm Adam Bell for Charlton Sportsnet, along with Indians head coach Rich McCorder. Coach, we had Swamp War last Friday night. Didn't go quite like we wanted it to, but toward the end of the game, second half, the kids started playing some ball, scored a couple of touchdowns.
You know, kind of talk about the clinch game. We were physically beat about everywhere you could be beat. They were just so much stronger than we were, so much better football team than we were. We tried to mix it up, ran the ball 20 times, threw the ball 23 times. On our 20 attempts, we were only able to get 14 yards out of it. We threw the ball at times okay with 23 attempts and 12 completions. The stat that's not on the sheet that you won't see, the one I'm getting ready to give you, it's on there. That Clinch County ran the ball 51 times for 350 yards and 5 touchdowns. The stat you don't see on there is that of those 350 yards, 240 of them came after contact. So after we hit the running back, they kept going for another 240 yards. And also we had 28 missed tackles as a team. So that's really incredible. That shows you we know they're very, very big, physical, strong players. They have a team of about 40, and they got about 4 or 5, 6 kids that had Division I offers already, and just an outstanding athletic football team. And athleticism really is not one of our strong points, and we're really a kind of a small defense. Really have to rely on being in position to make plays. But missing 28 tackles, you're never going to be good when you miss 28 tackles, and then giving up 240 yards rushing after you've initially hit the ball carrier, and that's really no good there. In the passing game, they only tried 5 passes. We intercepted 1. They had no completions. Our defensive backs did do well on those 5 attempts to where they were in position to stop that. Scoring-wise, we were able to score through the air twice. Raekwon Anderson had a touchdown, along with Devin Snowden had a touchdown. AJ had 173 yards passing. Most of that came in the second half, where we just completely abandoned the run game and actually had to take the running back out. Our first team running back and the first team running back, second team running back had already got beaten up to the point where they were out for the rest of the game. So we had no more running backs other than a freshman. So we had to go to just a straight passing-oriented offense. fighting a cold this week, and again, just things that we didn't do. Really didn't do a lot of things well, but I guess AJ punted the ball really well, 3 punts for a 43-yard average, which is by far more than 10 yards an average, more over his average. So he did a really good job there. We had no fumbles at all. Had 2 interceptions. We had a block kick, and our leading tackler was Eric Daniels with 9.5 tackles. Kind of coming out of this game, you felt good that the kid. You never really felt like our kids quit. You felt like they kept playing and kept trying, and of course that was with we came out second half and really got some things going on offense. Defensively, we were able to get a couple 3 and outs and so forth. But again, it's just how we couldn't match their physicality at all. That's just the bottom line. Number 7, the running back, it was a man versus boys, really. I mean, for him, he's a junior. He's coming back. We get to see him. They have a lot of kids actually coming back off of that football team. Big defensive end, number 8's committed to Arkansas. He just ran right by us. We couldn't get a hand on him and do really anything with him. So it's just a very powerful football team. They're a healthy football team right now. And when they lost to Brooks by 14 points, and I think when they lost to Irwin by 14 points, they weren't a healthy football team. Right now, if I had to say, hey, who would you expect to see in the Dome for the state championship game? I would say Clutch County would be one of the 2 teams in there. And I wouldn't be surprised if Irwin's not the other one, to be honest with you. But again, very good football team. They create such a great atmosphere. They do the fireworks as they come out and all that kind of stuff, and they get all the sirens going on their. They really do a nice job with the whole atmosphere over there. It's a football atmosphere, no question. It's a football town, and they really love it. And it's just some things we can learn from them. And I told our players, we lift weights, and I told them, hey, you lift hard, but really I think you can always take everything to another level. And that's what's really difficult with our kids right now is trying to take. It's almost like you got to negotiate it to another level with them, and that's kind of the way it's been for the last couple of years. And that's tough to do, and it's tough to be really good when you got to do that with your football team. And so hopefully we'll move on from this. We're guaranteed a playoff spot. This next game is a huge game when it comes for playoffs. We win, we should be at home. This is the way it's put to me. You're 99% chance you'll be at home if you win. If you lose, there's about 100% chance you're on the road. And we're looking at probably somewhere like Commerce or somewhere like that if we lose Friday. So it's a big game, especially if you don't want to sit on a bus for 12 hours in one day. It's a big deal. The chance to play right here at home one more time if we're successful this week, and if not, then we'll hit the road and play it out there.
It's going to be a big week. Next week, we don't look too far ahead. We got senior night in Lanier coming up Friday. If you don't mind, Coach, let's take a quick look at a couple of the touchdowns we got Friday night, if that's all right.
Sure.
This is the first one to Devin Snowden in traffic at the goal line.
AJ really threw this ball in there hard and got it right on him. And it's a great catch by Devin Snowden. Devin Snowden's having a great year. He had 3 catches. 3 catches Friday for 24 yards and a touchdown right here. Just a really, AJ just really stuck it in there. The only place he could throw it for it to be caught. And again, really just great pass. Inside slant, outside slant, inside smash concept on the pass routes. And he really stuck it in there.
And here's the second one. This is the big one to Raquan later on in the fourth quarter.
Right here is just got the matchup we wanted, and just threw it down there. I don't know. I know it's fourth quarter. I don't want the down. Remember down the distance, second down and second down is short. Good time to really take advantage of it. The other receiver gets a little bit of a block right there. Really, the other receiver's in the wrong place on that. We've got landmarks trying to keep separated, but again, it's a really good throw by AJ and a really good catch by Raekwon to take it in the end zone.
All right, Coach, I appreciate that. Not a whole lot to go over. We've been having highlights every week, but just a couple from this past Friday, but we look to rectify that Friday night against Lanier. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Is there anything else you wanted to hear on?
No.
I know it's one of those games we just like to put behind us and look ahead. So I appreciate it. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we have senior night festivities in Lanier County.
Okay.
Since 2009, Southeastern Automotive Group has been buying for and selling to most of the franchise dealerships in the area. What if you were able to bypass the big dealerships with the big markups? Buy direct from the supplier. Save thousands of dollars on your next vehicle purchase. Have a trade-in? No problem. With used vehicles in such high demand, Southeastern Automotive Group has dealers ready to buy your trade. If Southeastern Automotive Group doesn't have the perfect vehicle for you, using their vehicle locator program, they will have it shipped in without any hassle or haggling you hate. With over hundreds of thousands of cars available at auctions across the nation, your next vehicle purchase is just a click away.
Okefenokee Rural Electric Membership Corporation has been providing quality electric service at a competitive price to residential, commercial, and industrial customers in southeast Georgia and northeast Florida since 1939. For tips and advice on how to save electricity and stretch your energy dollars, call 1-800-262-5131 and speak to your marketing representative. We are a cooperative owned by those we serve.
Hey Indian fans, did you know you're eligible to join United First Federal Credit Union? We are your hometown financial institution offering services such as online banking, mobile deposit, free checking, and much more. And if you're in the market to purchase a vehicle, our auto loan rates start as low as 2.49%. We are conveniently located at 3773 2nd Street in Folkestone. Rates and terms subject to conditions, federally insured by NCUA and an equal housing lender.
All right, welcome back to the Coach Mack Show. It's senior night week here in Charlton County with Lanier County Bulldogs coming to town Friday night, Coach.
Lanier County, first thing people are going to look at is the record, which I think's I think it's a mistake because we looked at film today, and the kids will tell you that we were all very, very impressed with their athleticism. They're young. They have a freshman quarterback who's going to be outstanding. You'll see him Friday, just how good he's going to be. They spread it out offensively, a lot like us. They're going to throw it around, run it. They got a couple of really big running backs that really go hard, which causes us problems, being we're not real big at linebacker or really anywhere on defense. And they got some athletes that are going to give us some tough mismatches in the pass game. So our defense has really got to step up. Right now, as of Tuesday, when we're filming this, we have 3 defensive starters that are questionable for Friday night from the beatdown from Clinch County, and so we're not real healthy there. And of course, you cross that over, those same guys play on offense. So I guess you could say we have a couple offensive guys that also are real questionable for Friday night. So we're not going into this thing very healthy at all. Actually, it's the least healthy we've been all season. And I'm telling you, Lanier County is a well-coached football team. Coach Parker has done a great job, and the thing he's done, it really looks like he's committed to that program, and they're getting better every week and every year. Now, you compare scores with the Big Two, Irwin and Clinch County, they played those guys about as well as we did. And you watch the film, and they actually were playing with them for a long time before it just at the end got out of hand. I talked to just about every head football coach that they could win against, and they all said, Coach, this is a pretty good football team, Lanier County, and they're a team that really offensively is where their strength is. They will really spread you out. They'll get their yards. I believe that freshman quarterback threw for 300 yards against Wilcox. He can throw it around, and they've got some really good wide receivers. Defensively, they're very tough. They're going to blitz a lot. We gotta do a lot of things in our check downs versus the blitz, but that's stuff we've worked on all year long and stuff we do every week. So we don't look for that to be a big adjustment for us. It's just something we always do. Special team wise, I think they're solid. Special teams, we're kind of not as good as we've been. It seems like we just can't get better in a lot of our special teams. AJ punted the ball real well last week. Our kickoffs weren't real good. We just can't get them deep. We'd love to kick it in the end zone. That's the goal. But we're having trouble getting the thing down inside the 20 right now. And so we tried last week to do some directional kicking. And the worst thing happened. They had enough athleticism to bring the ball back around on you. And that gave us a problem. So we're having to even work on some things this week to try to kind of like smoke and mirrors. We've got to kind of figure out a way to make something work that's not working real well initially. Extra points, Brantley is doing a really good job there. So, punting ball, we're doing that well. Kicking extra points, doing that well. Kickoffs returns, still a lot of mistakes on that. We got to get better there. And but again, we talked a little bit about playoffs. This Lanier County game is so huge for us. If we win this thing, the way it's been explained to me is we have a almost guaranteed chance of hosting a first round game right here. You lose this thing, you're almost guaranteed to be on the road for this thing. So who we play at home, if we were to win this game, it could. I've been looking at. It could be Montgomery County, Taylor County, Sly County, any one of those right in that range we've looked at. Dooley County is another one that is a team that could fall in there if we were to host. If we go on the road, the way it's been explained to me is it could be Commerce. So you're looking at being right here at home, or we're looking at loading up, driving over 6 hours straight north to play a football game and then 6 hours straight back, which we've done that before.
Back in 2013, I think we did that about 4 times.
Yeah, and it's something we would like to avoid if we could. So this thing's a huge game for us. We've got our focus, everything about us has got to be focused on Lanier County right now. And if you look at their film, look at their highlights, and anybody can easily do that. You look at Max Prep and you go to roster and start pointing out some of their best players. There's cut-ups on there, and they're a very, very fast football team, very good team. Last year we played them. You'll see that they made a lot of good plays against us. It took us well into the late in the third quarter to feel like we had a chance to win that thing. So it's just going to be one of those games that we cannot go in any less prepared for than any other game.
So it's a big game Friday. Even though I know the fans will look at the record and think, but we cannot overlook Lanier County. We've got a lot right on the line with the home playoff game the following week. We need everybody here to support the Indians.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, we're not a good enough football team to overlook anybody. they're solid now. They're going to be good. They're going to be a team that next year, I could see them with a year from now being in a situation similar to we're in, to where they're going to be in the playoffs. I really believe that. They got a lot of good football players coming back, and hopefully we'll play with a lot of energy, play with some enthusiasm, and play as fast as we can, and hopefully we'll be able to pull this one off. But again, start the night off. I believe it's around 7 o'clock. Let's say 6:50. We have a senior night. We've got 13 football players where we're going to recognize as seniors. And then, of course, I know we have some band members that'll be and also a couple, 3 softball players and some cheerleaders. So that's always a big night for the parents. And so I remember when I was in high school, we didn't really have a senior night. It was called Parents' Night because it was as big a deal for them as it was the actual player. So it was kind of player and parent night type thing. So I know that you guys have AJ. It's going to be a big night for you guys. And a lot of these kids, and I usually tell them before they go out, I said, guys, lucky for us, this ain't where it ends, but it's getting close. And thinking back where a lot of you guys started in rec league and so forth, and came all the way up from rec league all the way to the high school level. And for most of you, this is where it's going to end, is with high school football. And for 99% of all high school football players, this is where it ends. It ends in high school. Very small percentage go on to play college football, and those that do play college football, and we've had our share of them, I'll tell you that it was nothing at all like it was in high school. Nothing at all. So much like a business, and so much pressure, so much riding on it, and players are really out for their own playing time at the college level. So it really, since the pure high school team football, excuse me, is played at the high school level. So this will be it's getting close to the end for some of these guys.
I know, I appreciate you. I know this isn't the final game. We have the playoffs, but I just want to tell you I appreciate all the work you've done with AJ and all of his friends and seniors. I've seen them play ball since, like you mentioned, since they were 5 and 6 years old, and this is the last time we'll see, well, not the last time, but the last season we'll see them on a high school field. So I know you're going to have probably a couple of photographers over there on your sideline. Will be basket case Friday night as well. Tammy Bell and Christy Knox over there. Both of them have seniors Friday night.
Well, hopefully everything goes well, and we'll have another home game, and that'll probably for sure be it, because I'm sure that where we'll be ranked is you'll get the first one at home, but then the rest of the way you have to go on the road. But hopefully if we do everything the way we need to do it and play well and make the plays we need to make, hopefully we can have another game next week right here also.
All right. Coach, Dr. Howard, I saw where Dr. Howard posted on Facebook, they want the senior parents, football players, band, cheer. Am I missing anybody? Softball or no?
Softball.
Softball too. Down there at the west end around 6:30, and then everything will start about 7 is what he posted on Facebook.
Okay, that's 7 o'clock, and hopefully, people usually get here when they get here type thing, but I really hope we have a nice crowd for those guys to see the parents and the seniors and that sort of thing. It's a big deal. It's a big deal for everybody that's on the field, and it's a big deal for us coaches to send them out of here and let them go do that, and hopefully we'll have a big crowd to see that.
You've seen this will be your 27th, right? 27th senior class graduating this year?
29th, I think. 29th, I'm not sure. I'd have to do some math. But I've had a lot of them, and I've had a lot of really good ones, really good players.
All right, Coach. B team Thursday night?
One last B team game this Thursday right here, 5 o'clock against Camden County. Last Friday you saw we had to put some kids on the field Friday night that our usual B team guys, so our B team roster may be quite small this week. We've even talked about, can we actually pull it off? But I think we're going to. We're going to put some kids on the field and let them play some B team football, and that's, you get better doing that. So I think hopefully we'll have a nice crowd out here this Thursday. It'll be the only thing going on in town. That basketball, softball is over, and that sort of thing. So let's have a big crowd on Thursday out here to watch us play Camden, and then of course Friday we'll need a huge crowd and a lot of energy when we take on Lanier.
Get a good crowd in here, and let's get some momentum built for the playoffs.
Exactly, yes.
I wanted to ask you something real quick. I know we talked a little bit about it before the show. The power rankings, they're still up in the air right now because there's several regions yet to be decided.
That's right. If we were to do what we need to do, and if we were lucky enough to beat Lanier County, you get the points for the win, but then you go in and you look at points, their wins, and being they only have one win, we're actually going to drop in the rankings for that game because a lot of your other teams are going to play teams and they're going to win versus teams that have won 4, 5, 6 games or whatever, and they'll actually go above us. So that's where we got to keep an eye on this thing. I think right now we're sitting 12th. Hope to don't drop further than 16th if we win. As long as we're above 16 or 16 or above, we'll host. If we drop below 16, then we're on the road. That's the way it's going to be. But hopefully, with a win, we wouldn't drop more than a couple spots. The thing that people are telling me that kind of know a little bit about this, they think we'll probably end up going to 14 or 15. Probably sit there 14 or 15, and then we'll have to go from there. So hopefully we don't go too much further. What would help is if Brantley County could win Friday, or Appleton County could win Friday. If both those would win, that'd be 2 more points in our favor, which I think would really help us stay above that 16. So go Brantley, go Appleton. Each of you need to go out and get us a win to help us out on that.
You need a master's degree to keep up with these power rankings.
It's tough. There's a guy, I don't even know if there's a VIN anymore. I think that somebody said they've changed something. I've never looked at it. I don't even know how to look at it anymore. But there's a guy that used to put some stuff on there. I think it was called Tiger Dad. He's from Commerce, Georgia. He was actually better to me than the Max Prep people in California who do this. This guy in Commerce really had it down, and actually I have his number, and that's who I call, and they get my information from, because he really is. He's got it down. He understands the math on this thing, and he says it's real hard to project because so much could happen, not just with the people on the rankings, but everybody they played in the past. So for us, it's just 2 teams, Appleton and Brantley, our non-region opponents. But you got to look at all these teams on there and who they beat, and then who'd they go beat. So yeah, it's a handful to look at. But this guy gets it done pretty fast, and he'll get me some information pretty quick. And us being right on the line. And plus, you got to gather film. Actually, to be honest with you, I've already gathered a lot of film on about 8 teams that we could play. So, so whenever that time comes, after Friday night, Saturday morning, we start figuring this out. We can start deleting all this film and zeroing in on who we think we're going to play, and pretty quick. And of course, as soon as I find out, we'll let you guys know immediately. And I'm sure it's going to be 7. If it's here, it's going to be 7:30. Excuse me, next Friday, right here. And if we lose, it'll be sometime the following next Friday, or next Friday somewhere else. I don't know what time exactly.
Coach, anything else you want to hit on before we leave?
No, I'm good.
You good? I know you got a little cough going on. I hope you feel better before Friday night.
I have to feel better.
All right, y'all. We'll see y'all Thursday in the swamp right here, Camden County, 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock Thursday.
And then senior night, senior parents, 6:30 at the west end of the field. Kickoff at 7:30.
That's right.
Let's pack the swamp, y'all. We need everybody there. Thank you for watching. We'll see y'all Thursday afternoon at 5 o'clock. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.